Hi, everyone. It's my great privilege to be here tonight to tell you a little bit about my story and how ACT and the folks at the University of Minnesota literally saved my colon. So before my diagnosis, I'd never had a serious illness. I lived a privileged and mostly charmed life growing up in San Diego. I was the son of two medical doctors who are both here, and I thought I was invincible. I ate whatever I wanted, and I never thought about my gut. When I was diagnosed with UC, I had no idea what I was in for. I got immediate attention from a world-class team of gastroenterologists at UCSD. My doctors knew my parents, and they went out of their way to give me literally the best care that you could get. They prescribed me over many 3 to 6 month periods virtually every available drug and biologic, including Humira, Remicade, Entyvio, Stelara, Xeljanz, Ulcerative, and others. They prescribed heavy prednisone and other steroid treatments for the duration of my disease, which were the only thing that sort of worked and had terrible side effects, never helped me achieve remission. I did more than 100 2-hour hyperbaric oxygen sessions at UCSD. I've been hospitalized. I was hospitalized in the summer of 2018 for more than 3 weeks. I've had 14 colonoscopies or flex sig procedures since my diagnosis. I've tried every diet and meal plan, Chinese herbs. My weight fluctuated between 160 and about 265 pounds, depending on how much steroids I was taking. It literally changed my whole life to cure my disease to no avail. So basically, in summary, despite having the best available treatments and medical attention, nothing worked prior to FMT. This made my life, everything in my life, more difficult. For years, I had a constant, dull pain that became unbearable when I had to use the bathroom. I'd use the bathroom constantly, day and night. I regularly saw blood and mucus in my stool every day. This was often my first experience every morning, so it's a soul-crushing and terrible way to start the day. At work, at the time of my diagnosis, I was a successful corporate lawyer at a big firm, working really hard, but that was far too demanding for me to continue as a result of the symptoms of my disease. I was depressed, I was in constant pain, and I would only eat once a day. So after 4 years of hell, and after my doctor at UCSD literally said, I don't give up on people, but in your case, we don't have anything else. You have to get the surgery. I was finally ready to throw in the towel and have a colectomy. So this was my status in fall 2019 when I learned about the FMT research study at the University of Minnesota. It was thanks to my wife, Heather, who's here, who always had hope, who found this, and her good friend, Julia, who's here. They were college friends. Julia found this program, and so we found it on our own, and we thought we were gonna fly out to Minnesota and give it a shot. I was not expecting much. I basically passed the mental barrier at this point of deciding I was gonna get this surgery, which was really hard for me to get to. So I was patient number 01 in the program. To my great surprise, after about 3 days of taking FMT capsules, I literally felt my gut come back to life. In less than a week, I went from hating to eat because of the pain to craving hamburgers and burritos and other foods that I hadn't enjoyed in years. Since that time, I've had no pain, no blood in my stool, and all of my symptoms have gradually improved. I've done 3, thank you. Thank you. I've done 3 8-week treatments of FMT. The last time I took the capsules was about this time last year. I've not taken heavy steroids since starting the treatment, and this is the best that I've felt since my disease first started, and I have hope that I'm going to get to 100% remission. And I got my mojo back at work. which would never have happened without FMT. So because of my personal experience, I know that this medicine is the future, and I really cannot think of a more worthy cause. You donors are making this possible for people that are not lucky like me, that don't have the resources to fly on their own dime to Minnesota and come try out a new experimental therapy. I was gladly able to do this, but most people could not. I actually ended up flying to Minnesota 8 times to pick up capsules. That was all I did. I would fly to Minnesota, meet with the doctors. I would have to pick up my capsules, and then I would get on a plane and come back home. So I'm very grateful, and I want to say thank you. First to my wife, Heather. Having ulcerative colitis is a burden on was a horrible burden on our whole family, and Heather was the glue that kept us together, and she's always kept hope. Same with my parents, Bob and Mia, who are here. They've been with me every step of the way and encouraged me to come try this program. And then, as I said, to our dear friends, Julia and Gab, for helping us find this program and for hosting us while we're here in Minnesota. So finally, I'm eternally grateful to the University of Minnesota, Dr. Kortz, Dr. Vaughn, and to ACT. So I like to tell this story as a symbol and sort of to demonstrate how grateful I was. One time in January 2020, right before the pandemic, I literally got on a plane and flew to Minnesota for the sole purpose of taking a dump. I did that, and they needed a specimen, and they couldn't get the right specimen at UCSD, and so I got on a plane, flew to the airport, got in an Uber, met them at the clinic, did my business, got back in the Uber, and came back. So, and I would do it again in a heartbeat. So, thank you.